Make the most of it, so don't cheat yourself. If you're signing up to take a course that's going to help you develop in an area that you need to develop in. Put your focus into it. Don't cheat the system, so make sure that you do the best job that you can do. Meet as many of the people in your class as you possibly can, and go in it with support from your family. If you are doing a whole certificate, go in with a plan. Go in knowing what your end goal is, and make sure that you've got your family support. Make room for it in your life so that you can focus and get the most out of it that you possibly can. Life likes to throw you some challenges, and those challenges led to me moving back home to Calgary, finding employment in actually the university and working in animal care with our research groups. I managed to do all of the different designations related to animal care in a lab environment, and decided that I really needed a new path in life. Had that big talk with my husband, because you can't do it without the family support and everything else. So we came up with a 2.5-year plan for me to concentrate on my education in my spare time. And about 2 years in, got a new position at the university in environmental health and safety. Entry level on the team, finished my certificate half a year later, right on schedule. Yeah, that was the start of it for me. It was just, I like learning. Now with my my career in health and safety, that learning just continues, because we're always changing things and you're always having to adjust and looking at things like from a different perspective. I am an in-class learner. I actually really like the intense ones where it's like 1 week, focus, and get through a course, but like it's jam-packed. And it does two things for me. So number one, you get the course load done, which is always nice because that really helps you progress through the program. But the other thing is that it really proves to you that you can do it. There's a lot to a course. There's pre-reading and there's post-assignments, but the majority of your course might be in a week-long course. And to be able to actually apply all of your knowledge base into that program within a week is amazing. Like, you can plow through a textbook in a week and you didn't even know you could do it. And now you're answering questions on it or building a presentation on it. Working with groups online has just been so amazing. Having that ability already in place from the courses that I've taken online just really improved my ability to function that way. The biggest change, of course, was like all of a sudden you're doing video chats, whereas before we were doing just online group sessions, not necessarily chatting with a video, but working through emails or Google documents or whatever like that. And now it's just expanded on that. So it's very, very applicable. Everything that you need is in the D2L, right? So you go onto D2L for your online training and there's your instructor sitting in front of you and they pull up their presentation and you can see the instructor, you can see the presentation, you can have that conversation back and forth. So it is like the next best thing to being in the classroom in a lot of ways. The instructors are amazing. So most of the instructors that I've worked with over the last few years are all in the business. So they are actually working in the field that you are learning in. So they bring real life experiences to the table. They'll stop you and say, no, have another look at it. Look at it from this point. Let me tell you a story. And you learn vicariously through their eyes and what their experiences are. And that just adds to the formal part of the learning, as far as I'm concerned anyways. And it's applicable. So you're not learning a bunch of fluff that's not going to be useful. It's very, very applicable to the field that you're looking at. And the skill set that you come out with is very applicable and very versatile. So I think that really speaks to it. So I think the one that flags the most for me is probably project management. We actually had an instructor who had us do the entire process of program development or like a development project and managing it from start to finish in 1 week. And he was like, no, you've got something wrong here. Go back and find it. Go back and find it. Go back and find it. And if you could find it and fix it, you could bring it back to him and he'd he'd improve your mark, because his point was not to make you fail. His point was to make you be successful. And if that meant doing it 3 or 4 times, that's okay. You get that step, you get it fixed, now you go on to the next step and you do the same thing. You had a program that not only taught you the steps, it taught you how to troubleshoot those steps. And you now have a resource to go back to, so that if you're using it in the future, you can go back and go, oh, I remember how to do this now. I know how it's supposed to look, and that sort of a thing. So you end up with that piece that travels with you from that point on. I think the instructors do a tremendous job in making sure that what they teach is applicable and useful. And they just want you to be able to go forth and prosper in whatever way that means for you. So it's wonderful. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done at all. Right now I am building my education to suit the position I've just taken on. So more of that strategic type of look, setting myself up for my next 5 years, 10 years. But I can also see my future out there, and it does involve a little bit of retirement. So I fully intend to take some teaching courses so that I can become a teacher in continuing education for the university, because I think it's a very valuable thing to contribute to your community. I think I might have some skills that I can share. Not sure what courses I would teach, but first I want to develop the skill set so that I have that with me and feed that into my retirement plan. Is teaching online. I can do that from a beach, and I think as an instructor, being able to influence someone else's life, I think that's an amazing opportunity that I'd really like to try.